get out of bad situations, right? So I am interested to see how they're both going to play this and how they're both going to control this game. And we're kind of going to find out very shortly here, won't we? Go ahead, starting off, trying to stroke, but not going to find it. Gets burst baited immediately. Rhythm just out of distance. And Swirly trying to take the turn back immediately. Wasn't able to find the hard knockdown there. 2D just a little bit too far away. Trying to dance around, throwing out stroke and throwing out notes, but they're both kind of blocking and avoiding each other. Big combos for Swirly, finding out a good situation to be. Both of them in a bit interesting position. Answer's got a lot of dive kicks and go ahead and push all the way back over the East Coast. Remember, we're one side, we're back over to the other. Swirly getting a back throw into the corner. Sets up at the dust, gets blocked by Rhythm, but the YRC going to go ahead and get you in a decent situation. Great blitz from Swirly. No, back over into the corner, and we're running up, down, high, lows, in your face, up your nose. Got to go ahead and close it out. Chemical Love has been so effective for Swirly in every set we've seen him in so far. Not bad stuff. Starting off the rounds, both of them going to dash right at each other, and Swirly going to go ahead and get those overhead started. Nice stroke to get the combo going, and now you got to hold the Eno high-low. There's Chemical Love. Oh, good challenge by Rhythm, though. That dash when she lands, not always active, depending on what button she presses, or depending on if she presses a button at all. Trying to dive kick, but instead gets punished, gets knocked down, and now Answer gets to set up shenanigans. Look at these little placements. On the left can immediately place onto the right, and all of a sudden you've got to hold a right-left mix-up. Great air throw, able to hold space, and now you've got a card in the corner, so you can keep your pressure going. All these JPs to keep you locked down. Tries to go for the challenge in the air, but not going to find it. Swirly is able to get out. Going to go ahead and set stroke and going to go ahead and set no, so the Rhythm can't just jump out of it. Both of them good challenging each other. Great blitz. Swirly has been on it so far. Finds the no. Does not bait the burst, though. Burst is going to get Rhythm out of that situation. Nice YRC air throw. We're going to keep this going. And now we've got corner pressure. Has the dead angle out. Burst. And we're back up in it. JP challenges with the 2H. Gonna go ahead and close this one out. We're Swirly going up one game. As you can see so far, kind of what I was talking about, both these characters are very air dependent. Eno's dash works like Morgan's and Darkstalker's. Her dash forward brings her regular dash will bring her up into the air, right? So she has a lot of air mobility options out of that. But a character like Rhythm, Rhythm on Answer, has so many ways to cover that aerial space between cards, between the air throws, between all the shenanigans that Answer has. But Swirly so far getting into a really good situation. Setting onto the down, you got to keep holding the no and keep holding hollows. Tried to bait it for a second there and then committed back to the offense. But Rhythm gets away with it. I like the burst or the reversal super to get the corner back again. And now Rhythm's going to have a chance to hold pressure. Finds the left-right. Does not get blocked successfully. Wow, wake-up challenge with that upwards Chemical Love. Is going to get the first hit. Swirly in a very comfortable position here. And we're back up in it. Tries to go for a stroke, but instead eats a hard knockdown. We got notes, or we got card setups yet again for Rhythm. And that's the air presence I was talking about. Swirly tried to go up. Rhythm was able to get a card and get into a good situation, but Swirly gets an air throw anyways back into the corner. Try to note YRC to get yourself in a pretty decent low. Good neutral challenges. One of the strengths in this matchup for Rhythm is that, Answer has a lot of great neutral buttons. You're watching it as it happens to 5H, so he's advancing normals, and just the strong specials he has that controls a lot of that forward space makes it hard for Swirly to get in and challenge, but Swirly's excelled at finding ways out of these situations. Ooh, great air throw for Rhythm. All right, gets the 2K. That's going to open it up and tries to set up, finds the card, gets the left-right again, teleports around in a really ambiguous mix. Going to close it out, and there's that little palm to close that round out. 1-1 apiece, trying to get onto the board. Rhythm, good challenge. This is the neutral buttons I was talking about, right? When Answer can get going, it can be really difficult for Eno to deal with. Good try to challenge on the low. They traded, but it worked out better for Rhythm because has the buttons to continue the challenge. Nice air throw for Swirly. Air throw's been getting a lot of their, Swirly's been getting a lot of their turns started with air throw. Once again, Rhythm tries to go out of the corner. Air throws it. Air throw the burst, actually, which is nutty. Good block and a dead angle out of it. Tries to go for a reversal super where Rhythm's already way past that. Luckily, it's hard to challenge. So, Swirly was able to continue the turn. Big whiff on the burst, though. This is going to be a big setup here. Ambiguous gets the first hit. Drops back down, doesn't want to continue forward, doesn't want to risk getting air throw. Instead, just going to use those YRC clones. Gets a counter hit, both of them trading full screen. YRC to not get smoked by Note. But no, Swirly able to go in and keep things held. Chemical Love will close that out. That long special covers so much of the screen. Swirly looking really, really solid. And it's interesting, too, because so much of the neutral has been won by Rhythm, but not able to extend in these really long combos or really get a whole bunch of damage off. Has to continue trying to mix, whereas Swirly can get one hit and does a lot of damage on the combos and just mixes so effectively off of the one hit. Doesn't have to do anything to set up, and it helps make Eno a little bit more solid, a little bit more consistent of a character, rather than someone like Answer, who has to struggle a little bit with this stuff. I love the block on the clone, the YRC clone, working very effectively for Rhythm. Rhythm trying to continue challenge and is getting these air hits, pushed back into the corner, sets up cards around Eno, but Eno's just going to dive kick out, and now this is the Swirly game. Unfortunately, wasn't able to confirm the combo, and instead had a chance to interact the substitution no jutsu, backdash around, clone to get the counter hit, but not able to keep it going, and you're going to reversal super. Rhythm caught in the end of an animation, going to have to eat it. Good challenge with the 5P, a medium burst. Swirly wants the turn, but instead, ooh, Rhythm double jumping out of the corner, try to set up cards, but the great blitz. Swirly has been so good with these universal defensive options. Big counter hit trade on the dive kick, but we're able to go right back in. Good pressure, gonna have to eat a low. You block the clone YRC, very good stuff for Swirly, and now Swirly's in a bad situation in the corner, has to try and find a way out, and air throw for Rhythm. Yeah, Swirly was holding back, trying to FD in case a clone came out, because it's such a big part of the mental stack, right? Being able to throw clone, being able to cover all that space, and make it harder for a character like Eno, who especially wants to be in the air. It's a big part of what you have to worry about. So instead of hitting the air throw that Swirly's so good at, Rhythm was able to just cover. And now Rhythm's looking good in this game. Ooh, converts into the Azuna drop. Knockdown, good blitz. This is where Swirly's been getting a lot of mileage, setting up blitz into note, and now we've got the classic Eno mix. And these are only 4 hit sequences, but they do a good amount of damage. Stroke gonna keep going, a little bit of a stagger there. Block, tried to blitz, assuming it would hit a little bit closer, a little bit sooner, but didn't quite connect. Swirly still finding a way with these little dash heavy slashes, but reversal super. Oh, gets clipped by it. I thought he'd get over. 2K2D, burst, whiffs, and Swirly gonna take that round. Looking to potentially get a really solid 3-0 going here. Rhythm has been having a lot of very favorable interactions, but it's closing out these rounds that they've been struggling in, and Swirly's just so effective at getting these simple little strings that do a good amount of damage. Nice. Big counter hit to start, actually. This is the first huge damage combo Answer has gotten this entire time. Able to find it, keep the pressure going. I like the air throw, or the Azuna drop throw, and you can go into combo in the corner. So this is a good amount of damage. One more interaction is all Rhythm needs to get his name on the board, but Swirly was able to get out, and this is where it starts getting so scary, because we've seen Swirly make these comebacks. Gets clipped by the palm, gonna reversal super, but the substitutional bait with gold burst hits. Okay, so Chemical Love, or sorry, Note is going to close a lot of this screen space, goes for dive kick PRC, doesn't want to get punished for it, but the cling and the dash out of those cling, the little wolf blitzers that Answer has, was able to make it really effective and close the game out. What a wacky game. No. Swirly, I thought you were better than that. So went up 2-0 in the set, lost the game 3, and thinks to himself, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with Answers like mid-screen buttons. I'm tired of dealing with the shenanigans. I'm going to choose the ultimate mid-screen monster, the Elphelt Valentine herself. One of the top, pretty much the definitive top tier in this game, and such a strong character. Luckily has a bit better defense, or doesn't have the best defensive options either, but when you get going with Elphelt, you are in a really good situation. Pineberry sniper rifle, but that low off Rhythm makes it a little bit more tricky. Wow, managed to block that. Considering how she blocked on both sides to get away with it, really good situation. Pineberry, one of the most ignorant explosives in gaming history, was able to pick up off of the combo, tries to go for the 6H on Wake Up, goes right into Bridal Express to get away from the substitution, and finds a hit again. Now we got Pineberry in the corner, and this is where it gets scary. Shotgun stance to keep yourself safe, and you can keep walking up. You can't really challenge it. It's one frame. Good question with the jab. Gets a counter hit. Not able to confirm it, and this is where Elphelt is scary. She has so much chip damage. She does a lot of pressure, and luckily, Rhythm able to find a way out of the corner. Gets clipped in the air, though. 5H is going to close it out into a nice little confirm. Knockdown, Red RC just in case, and Elphelt going to take that first round. This is where, Elphelt's such a strong character because of her ability to control the screen with her 5Hs, her far slashes, her far slash is very effective, her 5H is very effective. That's a 5H right there. That gun makes life so difficult for you. She's just got so many good buttons, and then if you try and stay full screen from her sniper rifle, there's so many effective things she can click, but right now, Rhythm is kind of, wake up thrown. Right now, Rhythm's cooking gets a lot of these cards set up, so he should be able to hopefully mix Elphelt and get this round closed out so he can be in a good situation here. Oh, no, drop the combo, taking an air throw. Good situation, but whiffs the shotgun command grab. Burst gets blocked. Rhythm Swift closing it out. One round a pop. Swirly needs to make this happen with Elphelt. Oh, round start challenge. Blocks the substitution. Good stuff. And now you've got the corner. You got Pineberry set up. Oh, nice conversion. My man been in the lab. Burst, good timing by Rhythm, waiting for Swirly to double down. Tried to go for sniper rifle, a second away from being unblockable, but was able to dive in. One of the advantages with the Answer is Answer's fast enough to get past a lot of the sniper rifle setups in this. And instead, you got to hold this 5H challenges. 2K2D Bridal Express, already got the Pineberry set up, and you got to be careful as Answer. Yeah, has to jump out of it, has to go in the air rather than keep staying on the ground and crushing where those good normal tools are. YRC to get the challenge back, and Swirly's gone ahead and taken the turn back. Jump out, nice JS. Oh, doesn't block the, tried to challenge with close slashes and the anti-air, but it's a bit inconsistent, a bit unreliable, but it's best anti-air Elphelt has. Fortunately, get the trade, and now we're right back in neutral. Both these characters about one combo away, finds the Durst, and this should be enough to kill. Oh, no drop on the combo, but is able to reset with the cards and go back down to close it out. Rhythm Swift, another game, even in the setup 2-2. We've had a lot of these game 5 scenarios, and which is how you know that this is a good competition. Swirly going back to character select, thinking it over once more. Back to Eno, I don't blame him, you know. For Swirly, like, Eno was working very effectively. It was working really solid. Unfortunately, lost the game 3. But, you know, one of the things Eno can struggle with is good neutral buttons. But Swirly's pressure and the mixes off of a knockdown with Eno was so effective that all Swirly tended to have to do was win 1 or 2 neutral interactions. Whereas, you know, Rhythm was having a bit harder of a time with the mixes and with winning, with keeping the pressure going once you get a knockdown. This is a good example of it. Off of one hit, you do so much damage with Eno. Look at that counter hit on the 6P. But gets back thrown, unfortunately, a little bit too close. This is where Rhythm has a chance to do some damage. But like I was saying, Rhythm unfortunately just hasn't been able to connect the big combos to get any like consistent damage going. He's tried to go into resets or setups, and it just hasn't quite worked. Yeah, gets caught dashing with the reversal super. Swirly's back in it. No, barely whiffs, but that got him anyways. Dive kick gets over. Gets clipped with the clone, but nothing too crazy. Chemical Love to try and challenge. Nice, goes, teleports into the low again. Gonna go for double overhead this time, but 2K doesn't quite connect into 2D after the combo, and Rhythm able to close it out. 1 round away from taking the set. Swirly, it's hard to say. Swirly does so well on offense, just needs to win 1 or 2 neutral interactions to find it. Wow, nice little combo, immediately getting the corner. Gets the 5K out of the tech out. I love that YRC into that throw. So ambiguous, so hard to tell what she's doing. It looks like she's full in motion, but instead gets a throw, and this is the Swirly we've come to love and respect. Look at that. That dash just holds it, avoids the back dash. Got another knockdown. We're back at another situation here. Now you got to block the pressure, but the triple P, or the double P into the 2H will close it out. And Swirly in a good situation, or 2S, not 2H, sorry. But 6P to try and challenge. Big trade, the burst doesn't do anything, unfortunately. Now Swirly's down a pretty significant resource, and Rhythm's got corner, no meter. Swirly's in a bad situation, has to guess. I love holding up there to avoid a lot of the shenanigans. You can still block, and luckily avoided those dusts that Rhythm has started incorporating. Chemical Love to get the first hit. Oh, substitution is going to work. Gets a little bit of a punish for that, but is able to burst out of the situation. Unfortunately, dive pick connects, and now Swirly's back over here. Sets up the note, and we're pushing all the way back into the corner again. Chemical Love, big combo into super. Goes for the air throw, reset, and Swirly's going to go ahead and connect it out. Good stuff. Taking that set 3-2